All right, guys, so we have spent a long time talking about how to become experts on our series characters. We have collected information about our characters. We paid attention to how they respond to problems. We looked for things that were the same across the series. We thought about why our characters are doing what they're doing. We made predictions about what they would do next. And last week, we noticed how they interacted with other people, how they talked to other people. So today, we are going to move on to actually saying our opinions about our characters or our books in a nice way and with evidence. So we have read a few books already. We've read Scaredy Squirrel, we read some Pete the Cat books, we read some Frog and Toad books, and then last week we read a Berenstain Bears book. So we've got a lot of different characters that we can think about. And the way that we are going to start, or the way that we say our opinion is we say, I think it is something because, and then you give your reason. So, for example, let's talk about Scaredy Squirrel. So, when we talk about Scaredy Squirrel, we could say, I think Scaredy Squirrel is timid, which is another word for scared. So, I think Scaredy Squirrel is timid because, and then I would have to say something that Scaredy Squirrel did in a book in order to prove that he's scared. So, I could say, I think Scaredy Squirrel is timid because Scaredy Squirrel never leaves his tree and is scared of germs. Okay? So I said what I think Scaredy Squirrel is, and I gave a reason to support it. I gave evidence of something that happened in the book. Okay? So with Pete the Cat, we said Pete the Cat is brave. Okay? So if we're going to say, I think Pete is brave, then we need to find a reason. So he is brave because he didn't get scared when the sea monster attacked his ship in the book that we read. So that would be our because. I think Pete is brave because he didn't get scared when the sea monster attacked his ship. Okay? So we always need to find evidence from our book when we are talking about how one of our characters is acting or what one of our characters is like. So we could do Toad. We said Toad is lazy, but we need to think of a reason that proves Toad is lazy. And we didn't actually write anything down here. So I want you to think for a second. I think Toad is lazy because, what would be your reason? Think right now of a reason that shows Toad is lazy. What does he do? Well, I'm thinking that Toad doesn't like to get out of bed. In the first Toad book we read, Toad just refuses to get out of bed until Frog makes him. So I would say, I think Toad is lazy because he won't get out of bed until Frog makes him. Okay? So really, that's all we're working on this week is just making sure that when we are saying things about our characters, we are using evidence from our text in order to prove that we are right. So in our next video, we're going to read a book, and I am going to say my opinion about the characters in this book, and then afterwards, you guys are going to tell me what you think about the characters in this book, and you are going to use evidence from your book in order to do it. You're going to use the I think because way of saying your opinion.